Hey guys, welcome to episode number 214. Today is Monday, so it's Update Monday, and it's been a while since I've shot a video, so I thought I'd give you guys a few updates that are going on. But while I'm talking, I'm actually going to feed my fish. I've just got some aquarium water here and some decapsulated baby brine shrimp eggs, and I'm just going to suck them up with a turkey baster, and I'll feed my fish and I'll let you watch the fish as I talk through a couple of my updates. As you guys might know, I was in Florida last week for a little bit of a mini vacation. It was a lot of fun. Got a little bit of sun and got to see the Everglades, or at least the edge of the Everglades. So I hope you guys enjoyed the airboat video that I put out. It was a lot of fun to see mangroves and to see alligators. I know the alligators were trained on marshmallows, which isn't really good for their health, but it was a pretty good experience. It was really fun. The boat went really fast, got a little wet, but all in all, I would definitely recommend it. So if you get the chance, definitely go on an airboat ride while you're in Florida. Alright, so I fed my fish and I'll let them eat for a minute, but a few updates on the fish room. As you can see here, this was another product of my trip to Florida. I've got probably around 150 to 180 mangroves, and I just kind of rubber banded them all together. I've got groups of 10, and I've just banded 5 or 6 of those together, so I've got quite a few. These ones are tall ones, these ones are short ones, which might work better in a refugium. I'm planning on using some of these in the refugium in the 90-gallon corner tank that I'm setting up at work. I've decided to replace the bio balls in that filter with a refugium, so I will be using some of those. I'll shoot a video of that at a later point in time, but in the meantime, if you guys are interested in some red mangroves, I have quite a few available. As you see, they don't really have roots or leaves started. If you're interested in those, that might be 2 or 3 months away, but I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with them yet. I'm probably going to put some of them up into these tanks. I might just set them towards the back and kind of line them all up so that they get plenty of light. They'll get plenty of nutrients out of the water, and hopefully they'll start to grow. But let me know if you want any, and you can send me a private message, or you can send me an email and I'll respond to that. But otherwise, I'm just going to grow them out and trade them around and use them myself, because they're pretty darn handy when it comes to sucking nitrates out of the water. So, as you can see, these fish are feeding like crazy, and a lot of the decapsulated brine shrimp will just fall right to the bottom, but if you've got a little bit of flow in your tank, that could be suspended for quite some time. But as you can see, all these guys are just hanging out on the bottom. Some of it hit this piece of driftwood and they're just picking it all off the driftwood. They love the decapsulated brine shrimp. Honestly, guys, I was feeding flake food twice a day at the beginning, and I was a little concerned because they weren't really gaining weight very fast. But ever since I started feeding the decapsulated brine shrimp once per day, you can tell the pregnant females are very fat, very happy, and even the small fish are able to eat the decapsulated brine shrimp, and they grow very fast. One other little piece of news for you is I have had several of my mammal crab self-cloning marbled crayfish. I have had several of them actually lay their eggs, and a lot of them have been carrying their eggs for some time. Here's one here. Let's see if we can get up underneath it. You can see the eggs under the tail there. Several of them have actually had their eggs hatch, and I don't know if we'll be able to find any of the babies because I did actually let them loose in these tanks, but with the feeding frenzy that's going on, it's going to be impossible to find them. But there's a bunch of them in there. We'll see what happens. We'll see if they survive. If they don't end up making it because of whatever reason, I will set up a couple of these breeder boxes and let them kind of grow out in those. But about half of these crayfish actually have either had eggs or currently have eggs, so it's a really good sign. If you guys want to get your hands on a adult self-cloning crayfish, let me know. I have a few spares of those. I might even be able to give you one that's buried with eggs if you'd like. So send me a message if you're interested in that. Otherwise, I might have some juveniles in a couple months, but we'll see how well they do. I do have tons and tons of bristlenose pleco fry. You can see a bunch there. There's a bunch in this tank as well. About half of them are albino and the other half are normal. Some of them are actually getting pretty big. You see out back there. They're about 3/4 of an inch now. So I've sold a few of those, but I do have a ton of them. The second I put a breeding cave in each one of these tanks and put an adult pair in each one of these tanks, the population has started to explode. They're so easy to breed. They're a lot of fun, and really all it takes is one of these logs and 2 adult fish, and that's basically it. I feed them cucumbers, zucchini, summer squash, and sometimes algae tabs, but yeah guys, they're super simple, really fun. So if you want to get your hands on some juveniles, I definitely have a ton of those available. Don't really have any adults to spare right now, but I've been using this Pleco cave, which is kind of like a cone shape with a tapered end at the end, and I've been using these ones which are just more of like a square, like blocky shape, like half moon shape, but a flat end at the end. And I'd say they both work equally well, because you do see the Pleco fry in here, and you do see, you know, 2 or 3 spawns of Pleco fry in here. This is where they started, and when I moved a pair into this tank, they've already successfully spawned. So yeah, I'd say both of those Pleco logs work, and you know, whatever you can get your hands on is probably fine. As long as you can see, as long as the male can guard the entrance to that cave, everything should be good. So those are really fun, having a lot of fun with that. Obviously I need to do some water changes since I've returned, and got to clean up a little bit of algae on those breeder boxes, but other than that, the fish room's doing really well, and I've got a bunch of fry in each tank, which is really exciting to see. And you know, I just can't wait to move this into a basement, because this is just the beginning, guys, and got a lot of cool plans lined up in the future, so definitely stay tuned for that. Hopefully I have more news on that very shortly, and until then, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.